bro. This ain't a debate. God's in control of the things that I make. He's in control of the time of the rest and the time I get dressed and when I take a breath and the time I had left and the chances I take. Think that you know me well.
It's a stadium known for its design, its noise, and a fan base so passionate. Brock, you know this firsthand. They've retired a jersey number for them. Welcome everybody to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And we're underway from Seattle. LeJohntay Wester to return it. And an excellent effort there sets him up almost at midfield.
Special teams always play an important role in ball games, and it does right here from the jump. That's going to give the offense terrific field position for this opening drive.
The drive begins with Henry, and he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Now here's Lamar. He rolls to his right. He tucks it and takes off. Now a hit, and Jackson loses the ball. Oh, and they get it back. The play's still live. And he didn't need much after making the recovery, did he? A step or two forward, and he gets him the first down anyway. Jackson looking to throw. And this will wind up incomplete, so the failure to connect brings up 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So still 10 to go on 2nd from the 33-yard line. Here's Lamar. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
So a couple yards to go here after they picked up 8 on that last play. Turning to Henry on 3rd. Get in there for the stomp, but give him about 9 on the play. And that's going to set up a Ravens first down. Love the way they decided to keep the drive moving, Brock, pounding it forward, setting an early tone on this opening drive.
It sure does, both physically and then mentally as well, because you know and I know successful run often leads to great play-action pass.
He's keeping it. And that's exactly what they needed to begin this game. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson from 16 out. At this distance, a very dangerous player on any pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone, he's looking for an avenue to run it to.
Okay, this is exactly why it's never been harder to play defense in the NFL. The precision and the execution in the passing game, the efficiency has never been better. But then when you do cover it up, you got guys like this who can scramble and make you pay with their legs.
Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion. Could have been 7 if they tried the point after, but instead, they only call on him to boot this away. Return starts from the goal line. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. And they're going to get him to the ground after a 16-yard gain. And that's good for a Seattle first down. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play.
First and 10.
Now Darnold off the play action. That's a catch. Jackson Smith in Jigba. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Play fake. Darnold. Right side, Shaheed's got it. Hit there, and he's forced out. A gain of about 15 before it. And that's going to be a Seahawks first down.
15 more yards. That's another Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Darnold to throw. And this time they forced the incompletion. Defense was ready after he got him on that last snap. Now it's second down.
Incomplete. It's now second and 10.
Throwing here, Darnold. To the outside, catch is made by Smith and Jigba. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down.
It's a gain of 16
And that is the end of our first quarter. It's the Ravens flying to an early lead. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. Back now for the second quarter. And the Seahawks, they have got to look towards the end zone. From the red zone now. Buying some time right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Darnold. Cut near the goal line. And he's going to be stopped a few yards from the end zone. Just a couple from what would have been first and goal. 8th play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going.
Third and 2.
Darnold now to throw. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. And they apparently don't want a field goal to start this game. They want 6. They're going for it. Now Darnold, 4th down. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Roquan Smith with the pick. It's a foot race. Into the red zone. And he brings this one back. Touchdown, Baltimore, off the pick 6.
Touchdown, Ravens.
I don't know about you, Brock, but I could almost feel them going through the 5 stages of grief over on that sideline, watching their would-be touchdown pass in 6 points return the entire way to the opposite end zone for 6 on the other side of the board.
You just don't really believe it's happening until he's, 30, 40 yards into his return, then you're just powerless. Kate, just over 40 times in the history of the NFL this has happened.
Wow.
What a return to add to that list.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Darnold coming back after the pick. This is brought in. Big gain for Smith and Jigba. And they haul him down, but we all saw it. That looked pretty awkward, partner. This flag should be a face mask. Now, he grabbed whatever he could to make that tackle. Unfortunately, he got a whole lot of face masks, so add even more yards onto that play. Now Darnold. That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. And his effort after the catch gets him up near that marker. Gain of 9, Gronk. It's second down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 25-yard line.
Straight ahead with Charbonnet. Now that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. So 2 minutes still to play in this first half, partner. More from Lumen Fields coming right up. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Darnold. It's complete. Play made by Kupp. And he's stopped cold at the spot. We won't keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Looking inside the red zone. Darnold hit and he fumbles it. But it looks like someone from the Seahawks got on top of it, and they'll get it back.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
On 2nd down, here's Darnold. The pass is incomplete, but hold on here. We've got a flag on the field. Here's the call. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, And not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. They'll run here following the penalty. Give him 5 on that play as he gets him inside the red zone. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. Second down, Darnold. Has it at the 7. And they're going to be set up with first and goal as this goes out of bounds, Brock, at the 3-yard line.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. And that yardage really sets them up now to be aggressive with the new...
Diving for it, and he makes the play. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba in from 3 yards. Darnold in the offense getting set. 2-point attempt upcoming. All right, they're going to throw for it. It's caught. And he's taken out at the 2. He can't find a way into the end zone. And the conversion attempt failed.
Seahawks 6.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score. And the kick is away. Here's Western on the return. Showing a little burst so far. He's going to reach that 34-yard line before he stops.
The Ravens take over first down 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. Getting close, and a hit will force him to that sideline. Not before he picked up 24. And he's good for a Baltimore first down. Well, he's got his early highlights, Brock, but you know he wants to add a few more to that reel before this game wraps up.
There's no question about that. And you want to get that century mark. That's a number that running backs are proud of. And stacking runs like that will sure help.
Down he goes after a pickup of about 12 yards. And that's going to bring up a Ravens first down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts.
First down, Ravens.
First down, and they go right back to it. Has some space inside the 15. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
Now we get to that good old-fashioned situational football. In my eyes, Kate, all over this defense. How can you now respond after giving up such a long run?
Going to the ground again on first. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain. It's stopped down at the 3. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. 7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Here's Jackson to throw. The pass pulled in by Henry. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
That defense, it'll give up that completion every time. They don't just like it, they love it. Because it creates a fun little race between everybody coming downhill to go make that tackle. In this case, run him right out of bounds.
And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Oops, knocks it through. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
You know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
And it looks like the Seahawks are able to recover that kick. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Shaheed now to return. And in the end, only able to get this up to his 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. Darnold looking to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down.
It's now
Kate, I
second
gotta
and
believe
10
he
at the
harkened back to that
25-yard
earlier
line.
pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Charbonnet on the toss.
Charbonnet.
Ooh, they're on that one. Second down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
He's brought down here, but they will take it 18 yards in a first.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. First and
To
10
throw,
at the
here's
43-yard
Darnold.
line.
Headed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Darnold. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to them, that throw is...
What a difference a play makes. This one not working out in their favor. He's hauled to the ground. And that forces 4th down and 16.
Oh, that's a bummer right there, Kate. Nothing early open on that down. And I'd much rather see him try to go forward, keep 4th down and play. Taking that big a loss, well, really rules out that kind of decision.
4th down punt from the Seahawks. And that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10. Lamar back to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And he's going to be sent out of bounds on a play that sends them all the way down into the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Henry takes it in for the Baltimore touchdown.
On the carry. Touchdown, Baltimore.
That is Tyler Luke now on for the extra point. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And lead now up to 18 points.
24. Seahawks 6. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Doesn't like what he sees, so he got a touchback. They're going to begin this drive at the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Here's a shotgun give to Price. And they get him down after a gain of 10, but great effort on his part. Pays off with a 1st down.
Gain of 10 yards. And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
From the gun, Darnold. And the catch in and out of his hands. Contact separating him from the football that time. 2nd down coming up.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Looking to throw here. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Cooper Kupp, the intended receiver.
Brings up a
So they're left facing 3rd and long.
10 yards to go.
Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. Flushed out of the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Impressive play, but they are well shy of the 1st down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, When you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on down.
Result of the play.
Chance here for one final play before the end of our quarter. This is Henry to start the drive. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the third quarter. So we hit the end of the third quarter. The Ravens have the football, and more importantly, partner, a solid lead. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Running once more with Henry. Let's call that a solid run there, partner. He got about 6. It's going to be 3rd down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
They drop him after. It looks like about a 3-yard pickup. That's going to set up a Ravens 1st down.
It's a gain of 3. And the Raven 1st down.
Now here's Lamar. Chased out to his right. Lamar not going to be able to escape this one. They get to him. And it's Ernest Jones. And that will make it 2nd down now and 16 to go.
You're just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the 4th quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof was a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
Lost control of another one. And he falls on his own miscue, and that sets him up with a 1st down.
You know what? Everybody on the field is going to make mistakes. The key is to clean that up as quickly as he can. Ball carrier loses possession, but he doesn't panic and lose composure. Instead, well, he hops on the ball and he saves the day.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Here's Henry running left. And he rips off 8 yards on the final play before our 2-minute warning. Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Another run for Henry. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
At the 4-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
Here comes play number 8 of the drive, 3rd and 1. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And he gets in. Touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense is...
Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
You know, sometimes it just feels like the opposing coaches are sitting right inside your skull. They read the call and were set up perfectly to counter it.
And it looks like the Seahawks are able to recover that kick. Ooh, Brock, I think it's pretty safe to say there might be some words exchanged at midfield following this one, huh? Definitely did not need to try that onside kick.
No, that one failed, and all it did was escalate the emotion. There's no question. We've seen some salty handshakes at the end of the game. Hey, keep those cameras rolling because there's going to be some explaining to do for that one.
And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. They kick the running back in motion. Going on first. Here's Darnold. Finds Cup once more. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're 1st and 3. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Throwing on second, Darnold. Working downfield, snagged by Arroyo. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout.
And the Seahawks, first down.
From the red zone on first. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. Elijah Arroyo, the target on that throw. And now it's second down.
They needed a lot more out of this offense in this one, Kate, to keep pace in this contest. Just wasn't there. Continuity wasn't there. Rhythm wasn't there. Confidence wasn't there. This is one they like to forget.
And they're going to claw back just a little bit here near the edge. That's a touchdown. Darnold and the Seahawks getting set to try for two.
The Seahawks will line up
Throw this from the gun.
conversion.
And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete. Okay, Brock, dialing up another two-point call. And remember when your friends didn't have a voicemail and it would just ring and ring and ring? It's still ringing. Fall short again of reaching that end zone.
Yeah, this defense is not doing very good between the 20s or even in the red zone, but they do find a way to rise up. This is always my challenge with being super aggressive, is why give that defense something to feel good about coming off the field after you put 6 on the board.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up first and 10. They're going to pass it here. Bails out of the pocket quick. He takes it himself. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. We've got fireworks on the first play of the drive. 32 yards.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. Only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
Looking at our likely final play here. Officials signaling for a timeout, and with 5 seconds remaining, just one last play left in this one. Looking at our likely final play here. Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Taking a chance to the end zone. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception on our final snap of the game. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. Well, Brock, we knew they were confident in the lead-up, that they could contend despite the hostile crowd they were going to face today, and boy, did they ever. Once they got going, they showed out, they backed up that confidence, and they leave here with a victory.
Oh, it takes so much work, Kate, so much work, even beyond what people hear about through the week or see in the game itself, to overcome somebody defending their home field.
Get ready. Yo, Prim, give me that turnaround. Yeah, that's it.